For your cheapest and most reliable place to buy your FC25 coins, please go and check out mmoexp.com. Remember to use the code WOLF at the checkout for a massive 8% off your order. Link is down below. Go check them out now. A formation and custom tactics YouTube which I now think is better than the 4-2-1-3. It is very similar to the 4-2-1-3, but there is a key difference. Yes, and it is the formation you are looking at right on your screen right here. Yes, it is the 4-2-3-1 second variation. So the 4-2-3-1 with the left midfielder and the right midfielder rather than 3 flat cams. And the reason I say it's very similar to the 4-2-1-3 is because everything is the same, but this is the key difference with this formation compared to the 4-2-1-3, which actually makes it easier to use and, in my opinion, better to use, rather than having a left winger and a right winger, which really doesn't help us out in the build-up, but it does help us out in terms of counter-attacking in the 4-2-1-3. With the 4-2-3-1 second variation, you have a left midfielder and a right midfielder, which really helps us out with the build-up style and just in general makes it easier to use than the 4-2-1-3. So without any further ado, YouTube, smash that like button for me, drop a comment down below, and if you can please hit that subscribe button to my channel, that would mean the world to me. So I'm actually going to show you some pros and cons that I like with the formation before I get into the custom tactics. Now the big pro, actually I'm not even going to do any cons because I don't actually think there are any cons with this formation. The 3 main pros that I have in terms of the 3 good points that I love with this formation is we do get 2 CDMs as our number 1 point. The fact that it does give us that defensive solidity with the 2 CDMs. Better build-up play, so it is very nice and very easy to build up in this formation rather than the 4-2-1-3. And of course we get a cam. I think cams this year are so important. So they're the 3 main good points that I like with this formation. As we now get into the custom tactics with it, remember the code for these custom tactics will be the top pinned comment down below in the comment section down below, and it will also be in the last 15, 20, 30 seconds of the video as well. So if you want to type in the code, it's very easy to do. Type in the code and you will get these custom tactics play for play, bar for bar, rather than having to put them in one by one. So as we move on into the tactical preset, of course it is going to be on custom. I don't know why you would want to use anything else other than custom in custom tactics on FC25. The formation is the 4-2-3-1 wide or the 4-2-3-1 second variation. So again, like I said in the start of the video, the 4-2-3-1, but it is with the left midfielder and the right midfielder rather than 3 cams. Now, as we move on into the build-up style, there are 3 main options that you can use. Option number 1 is the option that I use and is what best suits me, not necessarily what is the best option to use, and that is counter on the build-up style. If any of you have watched any of my custom tactics, you will know how much I absolutely love the counter on the build-up style. It gives us that fast build-up on the counter-attack, means that our forward players will run into their position nice and quickly, which I absolutely love. But if you are someone, and there is no right or wrong answer in this, it is just whichever one you prefer really. If you are someone that does prefer a more methodical, a bit of a slower, patient build-up, I would recommend short passing. Now, short passing is actually very good, and the more and more that I'm using it, the more and more I'm thinking it may even come into my custom tactics, because I really do think it is a good and viable option, and I'm slowly coming round to the idea that I actually maybe think it is the meta option to use. So short passing and balanced are definitely good. Balanced is a little bit of an in-between between counter and short passing. So if you don't want to go to one extreme or the other, I would recommend balanced. But for me and my custom tactics, because I like to play very aggressive very quickly in the attacking build-up and attacking third of the game, I much prefer the counter on the build-up style. Now, the defensive approach though is always, because of the latest patch that has dropped, apart from on my 4-1-2-1-2 narrow custom tactics, which I absolutely love, by the way. If you want to have some fun, I know this isn't about the 4-2-3-1, but if you want to have some fun in the game on FC25, definitely use 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. It is an amazing formation. But apart from the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, every other formation I am running the high 70 line height, the absolute bread and butter. So they're the team tactics done. as we now move on into the player roles, I'm not going to spend too much time on the player roles actually, because I think with this formation, you can use near enough any player role that you want within reason, as long as it's not an absolutely dreadful player role, and your team will be absolutely amazing and will play good, because the formation is so good. This formation is slowly but surely, actually not even slowly, is very quickly becoming my main formation that I'm using. I absolutely love it. But the striker, like I say in all of my custom tactics videos, when I am rocking and rolling with one striker, that striker is always going to be on advanced forward and attack. I think it is your absolute bread and butter when you are running one striker formations, like for example a 4-2-1-3, a 4-2-3-1 number 2, a 4-2-3-1-2, a 4-4-1-1. These formations that have one strikers, advance forward and attack on the striker, is your absolute bread and butter. As we move on into the cam, and you might be a little bit surprised at this, that I actually use Shadow Striker on the cam in the 4-2-3-1-2. Yes, Shadow Striker. I absolutely love it. I think Shadow Striker is an amazing player role for every other formation bar the 4-2-1-3. I absolutely love it. This just means that our cam gets involved a lot in terms of the attacking phase of play. They will be in the box a lot more, which is what I like. But, and there is a but, again, if you are someone that does prefer the bit of a slow, methodical build-up style, a bit of a slower build-up style in possession, that is absolutely fine. Maybe give playmaker and balance the go on the cam, because it means that the cam will be a little bit deeper, which means it is easier to keep possession. But like I said, I like to be aggressive and score a lot of goals, which is why I've gone with Shadow Striker and the cam. Both the left midder and the right midder, your absolute bread and butter, are on inside forward and balanced. One thing I will say though is inside forward and attack is also good if you want to give that a go. So if you are struggling to create opportunities in the 4-2-3-1 second variation, give inside forward and attack a go on the left midfielder and the right midfielder. You will be shocked at how much that does help. Both the CDMs, absolute bread and butter, are on deep line playmaker and build up. Yes, deep line playmaker and build up, your absolute bread and butter when using two CDMs. I really like it. I wouldn't use anything else other than deep line playmaker and build up at all. Both the left back and the right back though, of course, because of the 4-2-1-3 meta, have to be, and I hate saying it and I hate using it, but they have to be on fullback and defend, because it just stops us getting counter-attacked by our opponent's wingers in the dreaded 4-2-1-3 meta. Both centre-backs are just on defender and defend. Nice and simple, really. Defender and defend on both the centre-backs. But then the goalkeeper is on sweeper keeper and balanced. And there you will see the code, YouTube, right on your screen right there. But remember, it will be the top pinned comment down below in the comment section. And that is going to be the end of the video. Smash that like button for me. Drop a comment down below. And if you can please hit that subscribe button to my channel, that would mean the world to me. Thank you for watching. Remember, spread the love and positivity. Hope you have a cold week up the Villa. Peace out. Positive mental attitude. Peace out. One love.